review one of the questions that we answered yesterday because this class and my other classes were struggling with that question the most. I want you to highlight the challenges of ocean exploration and space exploration, okay? So for the space exploration, you're gonna have to use your inferencing skills, okay? So use background knowledge and make an educated guess because it's not clearly stated in the text, okay? But there is something about the ocean exploration that is in the text, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys about 2 minutes to underline or highlight that, and then we'll discuss it. Okay, what did you find in the text that the author describes the challenges of ocean exploration? Brian?
Okay.
Where does the author discuss the challenges of ocean exploration?
This is ocean and space.
I know, but we're just gonna go over ocean first.
5. Paragraph 5.
What does it say?
It says ocean exploration might help us solve tough problems. For example, it might lead to new resources for planetary population.
So that's not specifically discussing the challenges of exploring. That's specifying the challenges that could be solved by exploring.
Yeah, but it's still showing the problem though.
Yeah, it's still discussing the problem that we have, but it's not the actual action of exploring. That's the issue. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Johnny, go.
It's talking about how the oceans are hidden under miles of water. The little we do know about the secret places is fascinating. And then it's talking about how the earth is made up of a single mountain range, and it just happens to be under the sea. And they don't know a lot about the sea.
Yeah, good. So that's in paragraph 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so underline that paragraph 4. We're discussing that the ocean is hidden under thousands of miles of water. Is that what it says?
Yes.
Yeah. Under miles of water. Okay, so that is the challenge. Okay, Emilio?
I agree with Johnny because underwater, especially a lot of water, you can have a lot of pressure around you and the ripple factor that create the Titan.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have to have the right technology to be able to explore that far or down below in the ocean. Okay, let's move on to space exploration. So it wasn't in the text specifically, so you had to inference and use the details that you read. So Dominic, go ahead.
I came to a conclusion that it's basically the same as the ocean problem because our technology is not fully advanced enough to help us go thousands of miles in the air.
That's fact.
Okay, good. So Dominic said he came to the conclusion that it could be difficult to explore in space because there's so much to cover. Okay, just like how the ocean is. Isaac, do you want to add on?
In the text in paragraph 6, it says we are curious about the stars and planets and the possibility that they
Did you?
So like the reason why we know there's a bunch of stars, the stars are planets because the technology, and also if we can go that far with technology, I think we can find out there's more worlds that we can live on except.
Yeah, great. So I love how you guys are using your prior knowledge from the last unit, modern technology, to this. We're making some connections there. Johnny?
Okay, so I agree with Emilio, Isaac, and Dominic.
Eddie?
Kind of. And then I said, it's another reason that by exploring beyond Earth, we will answer the central questions about the history of our solar system is in paragraph 6. It's talking about how so much is real, not a lot of people know what the galaxy. That's why technology is important and how Dominic said that they need good technology in order to get new information about new planets.
Yeah, great. Okay, good. Okay, we have to move on so that you guys have plenty of time to do the next activity. But
central idea of the text slash main claim and form system by writing an objective.
Okay, so I can determine a central idea of the text or main claim and include 4 key details by writing an objective summary. So before we get started, what does objective mean? Objective mean? When we write an objective summary? What is like the most important thing that we don't do when we write an objective summary? What do we not include?
Period.
Yeah, so you are not writing about your opinions. It's about what?
The text.
The facts. Good. Okay. What should an objective summary include? We call that first sentence of our summary. I mean, sort of, but
Thesis.
Introduction.
no.
Thesis. Main idea.
So,
Summary.
no.
Summarize the statement. Summarize the statement.
Yeah. Topic sentence.
Okay. Now, what do I include in my summarizing statement, Evan?
Revise topic sentence.
No.
Topic sentence.
What do I include in what do I need first?
Main idea.
Okay.
No, wait.
It's my-
one.
What else? I have main idea up there, Emilio.
You need author's name and text name.
Okay.
Author and title.
Alright, bro.
And then title. Okay. Now what's next?
Paragraph 1, concrete detail 1.
Not okay.
You need no. What? Right.
But in the summarizing statement, you put the, it was like a blog post.
Okay, good. So type. Good.
Right?
Type of
Genre. It's called the genre.
important information. And it also does what?
Help the reader.
No. Ryan?
Quotes.
No, you paraphrase, no quotes.
Oh, my bad. Like you change the words.
You write it in your Isaac?
You write where it's at, like the location, like based on like paragraphs.
Yeah, so but what does my key detail support? Lately? The main idea. Okay. Alright, we gotta get moving. So if I go back here, remember yesterday we discussed what the claim is. Who can tell me what we discussed yesterday, what the claim was? Nolan, what's the claim? No, that's the title. What's the claim? What is the author arguing? Remember, the claim is what the author's arguing.
Isn't it
It's
the
their,
last sentence still? The last sentence.
you should be looking at paragraph 3. Ava? Okay, so exploration, I know, just try to ignore it. Exploration matters as much today as it ever has. So exploring is important, and we have to keep doing it. That is what the author is claiming, okay? Even though we've already explored so much, there's still so much more to explore, okay? That is the claim. So in the last sentence in paragraph 3, you should have that underlined because that's your claim. Everything after that will be your key details. And then the last sentence in the concluding paragraph is the author restating their claim. The game plan for today. I'm going to hand out paper, okay? And you are going to pick either side that you want. Okay, the front is an outline or an objective summary, and the back is more visual. Okay, so you can just write on the lines and draw pictures. You are able to pick either side that you want. You don't have to do both sides. Pick the side that you feel you will be most successful with. Okay, you'll be picking either side. Whatever side that you want, that will benefit you the most. Okay, so we've already worked with both of these. Okay, so you should know how to complete them because we've done both before. When you have completed either side, you may begin typing. okay? And then after we are done typing, when the timer goes off, you're going to swap with a partner or someone near you, and you guys are going to read each other's summaries and give each other feedback using the rubric. Okay, the rubric is in Schoology. We've gone over it, I would say maybe 15 times. So you know exactly where to go, and you know exactly what should be on that rubric. Okay, but you're using that to give each other feedback. Okay, you're peer reviewing. Johnny?
Let's say somebody does the front page, when you're done with the first day identity, when you're done with it, can you just take everything you wrote in there, just type it out?
Exactly. So that's why I'm gonna be giving you guys about 15 to 20 minutes to complete the paper, either side. And then I'm only gonna be giving you about 6 or 7 minutes to type, because you should really only be typing 5 to 6 sentences, okay? So it should be quick. This is a launch text. There is not an author stated, so you don't have to worry about this. And then the main idea is the claim. Okay, so you just need the claim in the title, and then the type, just write that it's a text. And the verb, what would be the verb? What is the author doing in the writing? Emilio?
Explaining how
Arguing. So that is your verb. Are there any questions? No, because I want you guys to try to do this on your own the best that you can. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Hey. This is your summarizing statement, and these are your key details. You need 4 boxes. You need 5 total boxes filled out. Yes. Yes.
That's what I was lazy because I know you told us to write that.
So you have 14 minutes to complete either side. If you are struggling with the first key detail, remember I said everything after that third paragraph is what the author uses to support their claim.
Yeah.
The first one is that they talk about how the author discusses what about the oceans.
What type is it?
Just write text. That is a text.
It's an argumentative.
Well, again, my question was the first, if you're struggling with the first key detail, it states we inhabit the land, but Earth is mostly ocean. Okay? So oceans are hidden under miles of water. So it's discussing how there's so much of the ocean that we have that we don't know. Okay? So that could be your first key detail. And just write it in your own words. Yeah. Can I ask you why you chose that side instead of the other side? I'm just curious.
Because this side, it doesn't, because what I really need help on is my introduction and concluding sentence, and this is just talking about, it doesn't really let me break down my introduction sentence into multiple pieces.
Okay, good. The central idea is the claim,
Okay.
the main claim. What is the claim?
The claim is
What is the author arguing? look into that? You have it underlined.
That we need to start exploring.
Oh yeah, you need to start exploring the problems in life so that they can make solutions.
Well, yes, okay, but what does it say in the last sentence of that third paragraph?
Explore the answers. Is there anything left to explore? The answer is simple. Exploring matters as much today as it ever has.
So what is the author claiming?
That we need to explore more.
Exactly. So that is what you put here.
Explore more.
Yep.
When you are done typing, okay, trade with someone next to you and make sure to use that for the break while you're reading. Okay, so you can give them good feedback that they can use so everyone can be successful.